First and foremost, it looks like the vice president is going to sit down for an interview before the end of the month, like she promised. It'll be tomorrow, and it'll be with her running mate. A lot of speculation on why. The camp is saying, well, Governor Walz and Kamala Harris just got a chance to meet each other. Doesn't really understand all the nuances of what she stands for and what she's running on. That makes two of them, because she doesn't seem to understand or reiterated that in specifics anyway. So they're going to sit down with Dana Bash on CNN. And it's going to be a taped interview.
I just don't understand why he can't watch the interview just like the rest of us and learn as well.
Right.
I mean, the notion that
they have to go on together, you think it looks bad?
Next to him.
Well, to get their story straight.
We know why.
He can watch the interview, learn the policy, and start regurgitating the new talking points.
Right. They're on a bus together. You think it would come up?
We know why. She's been interviewed a lot in the past as vice president, and she has the word salads. She's very confused. She gets caught off guard, especially when they talked about the border.
You think that could work against her?
I think that if she has her running mate sitting next to her, they're both going to be prepped, and he can hop in when he sees she's going down the wrong path, and vice versa.
They
have a lot to explain.
So,
she has to
Ainsley, in other words, he essentially is her co-host.
Correct.
Right.
Her TV husband, right? She is going to have to explain her policy shifts. Her campaign is now flip-flopping. Does she agree with her campaign? Is she actually flip-flopping? We need to hear how she stands or where she stands on these issues. And did she know Joe Biden's mental decline? And then Walz is going to have to talk about his military service, because many are calling that stolen valor. He claimed to be something that he wasn't. He also said he got this award from the Chamber of Commerce, which never happened.
In Nebraska?
They asked him to take that off his website, and his left-wing policies.
So they're going to be interviewed by CNN. Dana Bash is going to do the interview. She got the exclusive. Everybody's going to, be watching it. You got to wonder why she wound up with it. Well, as it turns out, she's done 3 interviews with Kamala Harris before. In 2020, she said that she had a conversation about Bill Barr living in a different reality than once they were elected. Dana Bash is the first person who interviewed Kamala Harris after she was elected, and the first person who interviewed her after the Roe v. Wade thing. So you got to figure the Kamala Harris team thought, okay, she was fair before, she'll be fair now.
So one of the things she's going to be asked about is the economy. And when you look at 2019, this is what she supported. She supported the Green New Deal, which includes a federal job guarantee.
Not only that, she co-sponsored it.
Exactly. Yep. But now the campaign says that she no longer supports a federal job guarantee. This is the campaign, not her.
Right. When it comes to energy, she endorsed, we all heard her say over and over, she's going to ban fracking, oil and gas fracking. Well, that was in 2019. Look at that. 2024, now the campaign says she does not support a total ban on fracking.
Right. But this whole thing with federal land and then expanding federal land where you can't drill and frack, that is a subtle way of banning it, shadow banning it. When it comes to health care, she supported Medicare for all. Oh, and then she said, did I say that? I didn't mean that. Campaign says she will not push Medicare for all. Why do you even ask? And when it comes to crime, she was going to be tough, a progressive prosecutor looking to end cash bail, having a real big heart for the criminal. Now she's designed a campaign as a pragmatic prosecutor, taking on predators and fraudsters. And I would just say this, there's a downside. Because there's a lot of a party who want the no cash bail, who want to be easy on it. Meanwhile, it was Donald Trump who did the criminal justice reform.
Lawrence, this next one, that was the biggest, crazy. That was the latest flip-flop.
It's unbelievable. When it comes down to the border wall, in 2019, she called it a medieval vanity project, and she said it was a waste of taxpayer money.
She said on The View.
Now, apparently, in 2024, she vows to allocate millions of dollars to continue building the wall by supporting the border bill her administration negotiated. So, Brian, I think yesterday you kind of teased this. It was only going to be a matter of time before she said build the wall.
So when she came out and said, I am for no taxing on tips, I was flabbergasted. And I think other people, after we just have the luxury of doing the morning show, Beyond First, I go, what's next? Is she going to be for the border wall? Everyone's
well, you know what,
so funny.
It was a joke. That was a joke.
It was only a week away.
We also said she'd be wearing a red MAGA hat soon, and there she is on the cover
of the New York Post.
Of course, that is a Photoshop. We should add a little, there it is right there. We should add some context to her current standing about the wall and stuff like that. Axios said what she supports is the bipartisan border bill, which was going through the Senate, which does not have any new money to continue building the walls. It simply extends the timeline to spend the money from the Trump years. There is no this new legislation has restrictions to make sure that apparently no wall is built, but barriers are built. So that's the fine.
Well, that is a barrier.
Basically,
Wall is a barrier.
millions of dollars were appropriated under Donald Trump for the border wall. We just heard the man on Fox and Friends First who said all the parts of the wall are still on my property. They're just sitting there. 4 years later, he says, why are these materials still on my property? The wall was paused. Now she's saying all that money, the millions of dollars that were allocated for the wall, now I'm going to use all of that money. We're going to build a wall.
And 53% of the public, when asked, are now for the wall. In 2016, that number was in the low 40s. And most of them were Republicans. They were for Trump. And some Republicans said, we don't really need that wall, even though George W. Bush did a ton of it. And Bill Clinton also built a ton of the wall.
And Joe Biden
and Chuck Schumer and Harry Reid used to be for it. But when Donald Trump ran on it, they had a problem with it. Then we found out, I don't know, the wall works, so now they want to build it. So what Tom Homan said yesterday was so on the money. Okay, it's on the ground now. You could see the video. Even the equipment needed is sitting there. We're paying for it. Start tomorrow.
All the technology that is there as well is rotting in the dirt. It's already been paid for, by the way.
Right, and that was in the bipartisan border bill that we've heard so much about that did not get passed. Anyway, nonetheless, we have put together a little montage of where she has said she's against that wall through the years, and we thought we'd show it to you.
You should have Paul Anka sing this.
On the subject of transnational gangs, let's be perfectly clear. The president's medieval vanity project is not going to stop them. And he has held up the United States government and its workers around his vanity project called a wall.
This president's medieval vanity project called a wall.
For him, he talks about that wall. He wants everyone to be preoccupied with his multi-billion-dollar vanity project.
This issue is about a vanity project for this president.
I understand how she's going to be able to explain this pivot on Thursday of going back and forth. And I think that's the risk that this interview is going to do. Like, everyone keeps trying to explain when it comes to her campaign and her surrogates, the evolution of her position. She's going to have to explain it in great detail. And she can't depend on the running mate to do that because she's going to look incredibly weak.
Well, I know this. He was a really strong surrogate for Joe Biden. Yeah. Up until the day before, Joe Biden was looked at by his own party as too old to work, so he was sidelined. So he'll be strong. I mean, he gets his. He'll know how to back her up. Yeah. But the other thing to keep in mind is the EV mandates. She also says she wants to mandate electric vehicles, and she says this over and over again. And now she does not want an EV mandate, which affects dealerships. Of course, it affects Michigan and Ohio. So
what did she say? She wanted everyone to drive an EV by the year 2030. 2030?
Yeah, 2030, 2034.
We need more electricity for that.
That's a huge problem. You go to these dealerships, Steve, your friend, you should ask him. The dealerships, they're forced to absorb. They're forced to absorb these electric vehicles nobody wants.
They can't sell them.
Well, the all electric. Todd, the car guy, doesn't sell all electric for the most part, but he does sell hybrids. That's what people want. They want the hybrid. They like the
because it's a little bit of both.
Well, yeah, because it runs on gas. So to your point, it's going to be really interesting to see what she says because politicians flip-flop all the time. All the time.
Not on every issue.
Well, you know,
and not take the other guy's issue.
For survival, it's human nature. People are trying. She wants to be president, so she looks at the stuff. Brian, your point, where 53% support border security. The question is, why? Why did she change her mind? Also, how long has she felt this way? And when she was working with Joe Biden, did she ever say, hey, Joe, we're wrong about this? These are questions they need to know because we want to know.
Can you imagine? But she's a sitting vice president. Can you imagine if Hillary Clinton goes, I'd like to build the wall?
That's right.
What? You're trying to build a wall? Are you kidding me? You're going to build a wall? The only thing she did is she realized that the TPP was very unpopular, and she sided with Trump on that. Right. That's about the only thing that you think Joe Biden took any of Donald Trump's ideas? Zero.
How sad is it, though? We're at a point in our country where we have a presidential election, and one of the candidates The whole campaign is telling her, you need to be someone that you're not.
That's right.
The other
And
guy.
she's the one.
You got to be your opponent.
And she's, okay,
Yeah,
I
I'll
want to
go with
win.
it just to win.
Just get over the finish line,
Well, if
and
you
then
listen
you
to
can
the
do what you want.
progressives, everyone is like, oh, they're going to be afraid. They're going to be upset about that. They're not. They just want her to win. They know.
And then they'll
the
go back.
moment that she
Then-
gets elected,
then
she's going
she
to go
can
back to
sneak
the
in these progressive
100%.
policies.
And that's why she's saying all this new stuff.
Just to get elected.
And just to get elected. So
We've never seen anything like
so
this.
So maybe
It's crazy.
tomorrow night's show on CNN with them being interviewed, maybe it's going to be a comedy. I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.